Well, we made it. Going right up. Making trail here, boys and girls. We got the baby in the back. Making trail. Alright, so you can see.
For the cash grab, I don't really want it that bad. If I say that I have it, you know it's facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags. Unlimited chillin' with stag. Cloud chasing for the cash grab. I don't really want it that bad. I'm trying to cop a milli while I keep my soul intact. Been through a lot, I learned to adapt. Never let struggles make me snap. Around the world, about to be on max. Got a cute face, but it seemed like a trap.
Ready to go.
So on no, in a chateau, counting that big dough. Your spirit on the
Let's
go,
go.
about to plateau. Snaking online and you can't speak, you a real one out here moving weak. Private jet don't take care, you see. Audacity, two-step to me. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, you know that I got it, no need to look all in the bag. Something like this cause I work so hard, I'm the best, I only speak facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags. Unlimited ceiling with stag. Clout chasing for the cash grab. I don't really want it that bad. No rollie on wrist, but it is my time. Domino.
And then what you do is you downshift, 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 downshift. Ready? 60 miles an hour. 130. So basically you're in a Fox. You've got to come in here. You can watch the Eagles, Netflix, whatever you want. We got Bluetooth, Pandora. We got Facebook navigation. You know, so if you want to view your maps or go to wherever you want. Featured in radar detector, just in case, you know, feel like putting the pedal to the metal. Then we got the Wolfbox 900 Pro, the back daddy. Camera's all mounted, everything's all done right, you know, no half-ass in here, boys and girls. We got the Dakota Digital gauge cluster. We got the N-Gauge that does all my data logging and basically everything for the car. And we got a GoPro over there, my phone mount right there. Got a map light, you know, the little stuff, some Maui gems, you know. It's a Foxbody, baby, but we're modernizing it, you know what I mean? Sound deadened. Out to do this now. I have to start it, throw it in gear, and go. Because I've got a sleeping baby up there that she knows my car's sound, and boy, it wakes her up. And got a new addition to the family here. I don't know if you guys have seen the new dash cam here, but I was gonna mount it directly to the I was gonna replace the factory windshield or the factory rear view mirror with it, but I had all the pieces to do it. They're right here. I've got everything at the shop. I'll show you guys in the video, but I ended up changing my mind and basically keeping what I got, the stock one, and all I did was I took it off the window and moved it over, so it's not centered in the car anymore. It's over farther just because of how big the 12-inch, you know, in my truck this is little, in my wife's car it looks little, in this Foxbody it looks kind of big. So I moved it over because I'm 6'2" anyways, so that way it's, you know, not right in my face. What else? Let's see, let's get some tunes going here, get the N-Gauge cracking. And it's freezing cold this morning here in Northern California. It's like 32 degrees out right now. I did a draggy run last night, believe it or not, and I think I ran at 11:20 at 128 or something miles an hour, which was okay, you know, nothing too impressive, but not bad for literally a fast-ass launch. See, on a Y-splitter, sometimes it does that. For a fast-ass launch, as fast as I could go. I don't know if I'm going to turn this GoPro on yet or not, just because I guess I can turn it on. Something's going on with it. That thing's just a piece of shit. It needs to be replaced. I pulled all these panels off and sound deadened everything. That's my Uniden radar detector telling me about cameras up here. You know, if you have a car like this and you don't have a Uniden radar detector, you're nuts. Or at least a Valentine 1 or Valentine 1 version 2. Or, you know, and Escorts are good too. But me personally, I like the Unidens. So yeah, I've got GPS, DVD, Wi-Fi. I've got my dash cam, which is all adjustable, so you can adjust, you know, how it works. Let's see, let's get some coffee here. Rearview mirror again. So yeah, this does basically voice activation, my rear cam and front cam. And I didn't hook it up into the, you know, my reverse signal, because I don't really care about that. I can park this thing with ease. So it's just nice to be able to see, and then having a dash cam's nice because if some asshole hits me, it's covered. You know, I've got the car insured through Haggerty. At the end of the day, if someone rear ends me, I want to know I'm okay. Yeah, the Uniden radar detector that's the R7. I've had R8, R7. I've had Valentine 1, Valentine V2, and I've had Escorts. They're all great. Some have pros and cons. I stick with Unidens and Valentines. Those are my two favorite. And then that's my phone holder. So basically right now everything's streaming through the deck through Bluetooth. You know, today I'm going to work on some more stuff. Actually, I had to send my amps back to service, which sucks. So I've got a JL6 channel in here right now that you know, isn't the same as running, you know, 5 million bazillion times more power than I am now. So you know, it's music, that's all that matters. So I think I'm going to sell this Dakota Digital Gauge cluster and go ahead and get the newest one. And then I'm going to start replacing any of the panels in this Foxbody that you know, that I'm not happy with, that I want to replace through LMR with refreshed panels. The carpet's still fine, headliner's brand new, still looking, dash is great, everything's good for the most part. It's just little stuff like the AC vents, a couple of them are broke, just stuff like that, you know, some screws here and there, just refreshing stuff, you know. So basically with the VMP unit, not the heat exchanger, I just paid. It has dual spall fans. I was going to go to the Department of Boost heat exchanger, but hey, that's going to be plenty enough for what I'm doing. I only want 650, 700 rear wheel out of this car. You know, right now I think I can make this thing run 11.0 on the dot, maybe even a 1098 suspension. Keep in mind, I'm pretty much on, besides the front of the car, the back of the car is pretty much all stock suspension. So impressive for what it is. Yeah, so, and I've added a lot of weight. You know, I've got a lot of sound deadening in this car. So you take into account that, you know, it's added weight, which takes tenths off the quarter mile. So I think if I was in a notchback that was super light, I could run a low 10, or, you know, a 1090, 1080, somewhere around there. But I don't know, 10,000 miles on it or something. It had no miles on it, so it looks brand new, damn near. So it's definitely a good motor. Ah, damn, let's pass some of these idiots. Got to be careful with this car, because I'll be honest with you, you don't even realize it. 1 minute you think you're doing the speed limit, the next minute you're doing you know, 120. So right now I'm doing 65, but 80 right there, that fast. Like barely hitting the throttle, it does 80. It's just This car is pretty impressive, man. But I talked in that last video about sound deadening, and this is what I mean. Like, for a Fox, this car is so quiet inside. I know a lot of people's Foxes that I've ridden into, it's night and day. So this coffee's hot as shot. Alright, I'll reduce speed. That was in drive mode too, and this thing's in sport mode. It's a whole nother animal, guys. I don't know why that is, but it is. So voltage is always awesome on this car. Never have issues with the voltage. It's usually always 14.5, 14.6, even with the heater on, stereo full blast, headlights on. It doesn't matter. It's always fluctuating between 14.5 and 14.6. With this damn Y splitter, sometimes it doesn't like to connect. Like I said, when I data log, I disconnect the Y splitter so it will connect. It might not connect. There it goes. So right now I'm at 14.6, 14.5 headlights. I can do headlights on. Oh, they're already on. Fog lights on. Heater all the way up. And I'm still at 14.5, 14.4. And then I could blast the stereo and I'm still at 14.4, 14.2. So this car is pretty awesome when it comes to voltage also. And you're basically getting a new Mustang, you know, you're getting all new drivetrain. That's why I tell people when you do this swap, the biggest thing that I could recommend to you guys is do not cheap out on your fucking suspension, K-member, A-arms, shocks, coilovers. That's the stuff that's gonna make you either love your car or hate it. And I went with all Maximum Motorsports stuff, and I'm glad I did. Like, I'm already doing 95 miles an hour that faster. Like, this thing's just crazy fast, man. And, you know, that's the bottom line is you don't, you know, I've ridden in UPR K-member cars, not the same. I don't give a shit if they're better now. Maybe, that's great, but trust me, they're not the same. Motorsports stuff is a lot better. And then on top of that, you know, buying the best, you know, shocks and struts. I have a set of brand new Bilsteins, and I have Coney Yellows. I've got Coney Yellows on it right now. I will end up, and I changed the spring rates. I changed the spring rates on the front. I've got about 4 different spring rates I can change with the coilovers in the front and in the rear to get the best ride I can and the best weight transfer. And then subframe connectors, and I was going to install the torque arm bar and panhard bar. I've gone over this a million times, but before I do that, I want to try to mess with the pinion angle, because there is a slight shimmy in this car at about 62 to 63 miles an hour, and I think it's pinion angle. So I'm going to mess with that and see if I can get that figured out. I've got to roll the fenders today. What else? Yeah, other than that, you know, it's just little stuff here and there. The ATS Brembos are starting to bite a lot better now. I wasn't a fan of them at first, but they're starting to do way better. You can see the dash. I mean, it's all voice activated, so you can use all voice activation. There's a million different settings, so it's pretty cool. 60 miles an hour, that fast. And I was barely touching it. So yeah, this car is basically like driving a new Mustang. A Mustang or a Foxbody, this is the way to go, guys, if you have the money. If you don't have the money and you're gonna just cheap out on everything and buy use this, use that, you know, shit box this, shit box that, then don't do it. I see people on there bragging about how they did a Coyote swap for cheap, and I just shake my head like, you get what you pay for. I've been in business for 20-something years. You buy a bunch of shit, you know, and janky shit, you're gonna get a janky-ass car. You know, I bought the best headlights, I got incredible headlights. Best stereo, incredible stereo. Not the best, but you know what I mean, the good stuff. You know, the wheels, the weld wheels, fucking incredible, you know. I'm not going to do oil pump gears. Lund said it's fine under 12 pounds of boost. I trust them. and I believe the car is going to live just fine, especially with the rev limiters that have been set, so not even tripping on the oil pump gears. And yeah, we'll get this blower on here shortly. I think it'll probably make 650 rear wheel, 600, somewhere around there, which is plenty. And I'm doing 3-inch cat back because I'm getting rid of the 2.5-inch cat back with a 3-inch. So still going MagnaFlows, but say you do the 3-inch out and all the bolt-ons, this car's maybe making 400 rear wheel, and it's running low 11s, like low 11s at 26 or 29 miles an hour, which is a 10-second pass. So it's in the 10R80 really. And then you add 8 pounds of boost to that, I'd say you're at 10.0s, 990s. So this car is going to fly. And then on top of that, the reliability. I can run my AC, a heater, stereo. I can drive it. I mean, I've driven this thing, you know, long distances, and I'm getting like 20 miles to the gallon. It's incredible. Even on E85, unless you hot rod it like I do, which the E85 goes quick if you hot rod it, but it still gets okay gas mileage. It's pretty incredible. You know, my truck gets 20 miles to the gallon in town, so it beats this, but it's also 24 and it's a diesel. So, but you just can't beat it, man. That's why these prices are all over the place. People are bitching and complaining about the prices on Foxbody. Like, oh, you can't, you know, Coyote Swap Fox is only worth 20 or 30 grand. It's like, the reason why the prices are all over the map is how they're built. If you use the shittiest, cheapest fucking parts, and you use a junkyard motor that has high mileage, that has no records, like mine, when I bought mine, came with the exact mileage, the records, the receipts, everything that shows that I paid $8,000 plus shipped to my door, crated to my shop. And then, you know, like basically everything that I own besides the motor and trans, was brand spanking new. K-member, A-arms, coilover, shocks, struts, low car shifter, wheels, tires, you know, basically drive shaft, all that other stuff's new, shaved bay's all new. So, you know, you basically are adding, and then, you know, hidden AC that blows ice cold and is reliable, heater that works perfect, electric fans, electric heat exchanger fans that'll be on the car. Did go with the Volvo power steering, but dude, you can't tell any difference. Right now it's turned down to like, with the CAN bus controller, to like 70% maybe, or 65%. It's perfect. If I turn it up to 100%, it's better than regular power steering. Reliability wise, no issues so far. And I've got over 1,185 miles on this car since I built it. So you can't say that Coyote swaps aren't the way to go. They're the fucking future, man, I'm telling you. I wired my fog lights so that I can turn them on by themselves. And yeah, I mean, this is the shit, man. That's for sure. I absolutely love this car. That's black interior. I do have a Clifford alarm in here from way back in the day. I think I'm going to upgrade it to one of the new Viper alarms or CompuStar alarms. Basically put phone tracking in it and stuff like that with a backup battery. But I'll clean up all this wiring too. But this is the GPS for the dash cam, which actually does record. If someone was to bump into my car, it'll turn on and record front and back cams. That's the GPS for the deck, which does Garmin GPS, DVD, Facebook, Instagram. It does Marketplace. I can watch Netflix on it. I can do anything on that Kenwood I want. My other GoPro, my N-Gage, which I had somebody call me about the LM or whatever their new tuning devices that they sell. Someone was saying that they're complete junk compared to the N-Gage, and I didn't think that was the case until someone called me and told me that they can't stand the piece of shit. So I'm glad that I got it. I'm using these mics for the first time. I bought them a long time ago and couldn't figure out how to get them to work with the GoPro. I sold that crazy expensive Sony camera, guys. I spent thousands of dollars on this camera. I think I had $3,000 into it, or 3,500 with the lenses. I didn't even use it. I took pictures with my family with it, but I didn't record videos because it's too heavy, and it was just such a pain in the ass to pull it all out. And I just, maybe if someday this channel grows to something, which it won't, because I could give a shit whether it does or not. It's just, it didn't make sense. You know, when it comes to my optics for hunting, yeah, I've got Swarovski spotting scopes and binoculars, which, you know, are shit, the spotting scope's $4,000. So that's different. But see, that's my phone holder from Costco. So you can do your draggy runs. You just put it on there, boom, run your draggy. But everything in the car still works perfect. I got all new LEDs coming for the interior because I want more cabin light. I put one in here, but it sucks. What else am I doing? I just got a lot of little things I'm going to do, guys, to upgrade this car and make it better. You know, it's my MacBook there, so I can do some editing later. But I just want to make it better. I'm going to keep going through and upgrading interior parts, fixing stuff. I'm going to do these fiddle fat garage bottoms next. And then I'm going to roll these fenders because they're chewing up my brand new spanking Mickey Thompson rear tires. Those weld wheels just look beautiful. I mean, look at that thing. With a cowl hood on it, it's going to be nasty with that VMP blower. And, you know, the car's not perfect. This is an all-original car from 1990. The paint, everything. So, you know, yeah, could it use a badass paint job? Hell yeah. But for most people, they think it looks amazing. To me, I'm a perfectionist. So, yeah, I would love to have it painted and gone through. But to do that kind of stuff, you're looking at, here's the camera for the thing right there too. To paint this car, you're looking at, if I do it myself, I'm probably looking at a month's worth of work, maybe 2 months, because you got to let things cure before you can start to paint, so it can gas out. With sealants, paint, everything, and time, and disassembly, reassembly, color sanding, and then after I'm done PPF in the whole car, it's a lot of work. You know, you're looking at, you know, cost-wise, I'm probably at $3,000 or $4,000 with everything, even the PPF and a blow-up paint booth. But the time it takes is crazy, and I'm running a business, and I'm swamped as it is. So it's interesting, to say the least. We'll see. But the Wolfbox G900 Pro, I've got one in 4 of my cars now. And basically, they've got PPF in all different colors, as you can see here, guys. I'm waiting for Matador, or for Vermilion Red, and I've got a bunch of other red samples coming. And once I get that Vermilion Red, then I'll be able to take and just either wrap the car, instead of painting it, I'll wrap the whole thing after I fix the body, little dings and dents. I'll take it to the dentless repair guy first and see if he can pull some of those dings out. Fit and cure and gas before you paint, the better. This car is filthy right now. I know it might not look like that on camera, but it is filthy. I haven't been driving this car. I actually stole the amber sides out of it for the Fox last night because it's one of mine went bad, but is because the rear end's pinion seal's leaking. So I got to fix that, and then I can start driving this car, and I'll do some video and some content on this car. This car rips, man. I bet you it runs 1190 probably in the quarter. You know, if you can get it out of the hole, 60-foot it, I'd say 1190. So it's got 500 horsepower. You know, on heat-soaked day, it got 440. On a cold day, you're looking at 500 easy. So, and that's to the tire. So, in this cold weather right here, guaranteed. But this is all the tools I was using to sound deaden everything. The Wolfbox, like, you know, where you can mount it in there like this, and you have a whole new thing. I decided not to do that just because, you know, at the end of the day, it just, I want to keep the Fox rearview mirror in there. It doesn't look bad the way it is, especially after I moved it. And then if you guys need part numbers on any of this stuff, these are the license plate things to bolt it to your license plate. You're going to need certain screws, laptop screws. I can give you guys the part numbers on all this stuff if you need it. I don't need exchangers. I don't know if I showed you guys. I'll show you right now. So those will go in the front of the car, I believe, like that. That's a bad bitch right there. And then you got your wiring, which I don't even know if I need because the control pack has a lot of wiring built in. And then you got your blower hoses, which I'm going to have to go get more hose because I'm going to tech flex all this stuff with the ends. As you can see here, you got your hoses that go on there. The difference between the Odin and the Loki is just the throttle body. The throttle body, if you get the different throttle body, now all of a sudden you got an Odin. So, and then, you know, I'd have to do a fuel innovations fuel system to do that. ID 1000s or 1300s or something like that, and then dual pumps, and then I can do that. I am selling this little Lexus right here. It's my wife's old car. We kept it around because it was such a great little runner. It's got some damage. Some guy ran her off the road, but runs great. Ice cold AC, perfect for. But yeah, I'm gonna get this car back together. I was going through bulbs last night, is why I had it all apart. For the Fox, where's all those bulbs I had right over here? I'm working on the Fox. I got 2 amps over there I'm sending back, and then I'm sending back my 2 JL audio amps. I'm sending back all 3 JL amps, but mainly the 2 need to be sent back for sure. One of them's fine. The other one, the second I go to turn the gain up, oops, sorry guys. The second I go to turn the gain up on this amp, it might be the other one. Say if I go to turn this gain up, it'll crackle. And so I don't want that, so it just needs to be sent back. This amp literally is so old, you guys. I bought this amp literally probably 15 years ago, and I've had all 3 of them running perfectly fine and never had an issue with them besides now. So these mid-bass drivers are worth they're gold. These ZR8s from JL, they're gold. Moscone processors, a hybrid audio L6 SEs, Hertz, I've got Focal, I've got all kinds of badass stuff, but dual matching Alpine amps, Focal monoblock, that's the one that I had in there because I couldn't get all 3 JL amps to fit. But yeah, we'll see. So I got to send all these amps back. And then once I get them sent back, installation, and it's all about speaker positioning and install. So today we're going to clean up this shop. Sorry, it's a disaster, guys. And we're going to install these for now, these upper adjustable control arms. And then we're going to take my fender roller and roll that rear fender. And then if I don't like the way those go, then I'll install the torque arm bar and the panhard bar. And I have a strut tower bar for the front that I have to install once I get the cowl hood. So I've got a lot going on, and I guess once it warms up a little bit, I'll get it going. And then on these next videos for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys what products to buy if you want to set up like your garage for cars and detailing or stuff like that. What products, what vacuums to buy, compressors, what systems to buy. Don't buy this piece of shit from Harbor Freight. I learned that lesson a long time ago. The thing leaks like a sieve. Getting into how-tos, how to do window tint, how to do PPF, and then detailing. I've been detailing for literally 25 years, so I've done it all, man. Boats, cars, RVs, houseboats, planes, cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Shelbys, name it, I've detailed it and paint corrected it or fixed it. Color sanding, I can teach you guys how to do that right. A lot of good information there. I've got a million different polishers, got all the new Rupes polishers. What I teach you guys how to do is how to prep the vehicle. If you don't know how to prep a vehicle, and for one, if you're not wearing headlamps, you're not doing anything right. You have to have a headlamp if you're going to detail or even work on your car. You guys the pros and cons on these different coatings and how to apply them, and then I'll teach you guys so much more from that. Window tints, the difference between a regular window tint that does nothing compared to a heat rejection window film that blocks 93% or even 99% of the heat coming in the cab. PPF is the future. If you have a new vehicle, you need PPF, guys. So we'll go into all this stuff here shortly.
Up inside my coupe, hold a couple racks, tell them I love you. You wanna be a boss, do it
Artlist
like I do.
IO.
Yeah. Get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex. You now rockin' with the best.